Nah, I need to see more of this Mario
Switch 2
Kart.
is the first new home console Mario Kart in 10 years. Logan and I got to play a ton of it today on Switch 2 hardware, and we loved it, and we can't wait to tell you all about it, so let's go.
Finn, did you see how the costumes work in Mario Kart?
Okay, so Mario Kart World's big new thing is the massive interconnected open world. It's really cool, it's really beautiful, and we both loved it. Tell me about it, Logan.
Yeah, it's so different than anything that Mario Kart has done before. You're not just on a track and doing 3 laps anymore, and it's even bigger than something like Wario from Mario Kart. You're doing 3 different segments. You start at one course and you are
driving on rails is clean, bro. Going on rails, then sliding onto the wall.
And track B is Shy Guy Bazaar. You start in the start at Moo Moo Meadows, and then you are driving on the world map on these.
I can't wait to drop 1,250 on the new console and games or whatever else I need when it all drops.
Bro,
so it's entirely different. It's really interesting, and it was tough to kind of wrap our head around at first because it is so different than anything they've done before. It's really ambitious, really fun, and really cool.
Really like the sort of Forza Horizon style open world driving game approach. We got to poke around a lot, and it's huge, and there's hidden secrets, collectibles everywhere. You can drive a boat now as your car into the sea, and there was just like this big, huge cloud blowing wind at me, maybe telling me to back off. I found this other area where there's just a bunch of coins tucked behind this little ridge. There's grind rails and stuff that you can interact with, or you can just hang out and take pictures with friends or whatever you want to do. The thing I'm wondering is sort of like, what's the hook? What's the loop of like finding these coins? Do we get to spend them in a shop, or on carts, or characters? Or
also, Finn,
there's so much you can do with that.
Yeah, it is a lot like Forza Horizon. In some ways, it's not a
there's 20 coins now.
World, right? There are these tracks that you're heading to the next place on. But I think that Nintendo fans will remember Diddy Kong Racing, and that had this couple world that you drove around back on N64.
Now, they have not shown 200 off yet.
Things like that. And when we were in a lobby waiting for our race to start and just kind of free roaming, I saw this glowing gold peach coin.
I was gonna say, me either.
We don't really know what that is. Maybe it unlocks costumes or different outfits or some unlockable for Peach. Yeah, I think there's going to be stuff to do in the free roaming open world. And something else I liked about it is that was the lobby now. That is the loading screen. You're not staring at your me standing on just planet Earth anymore, like Mario Kart 8.
We go hopefully they're going to get it fixed by the time that shit comes out.
Want to go back just like Forza? You can just rewind and you could go like all the way back to the very beginning. It's going to be more fun when you're
cook the fuck up.
With 24 people
there,
not 12 people now, you'll have something to do.
I don't think the console's going to do what the 3DS did and not sell, and then they
I
had
want to talk a bit about characters in this game. There are tons of them. We went through
I'm assuming Switch 2 will be successful.
So there's not only all the classic Nintendo characters or Mario characters specifically, but also alternate costume versions of them. And that plays sort of interestingly because you can also find characters in the race, largely centered around food. You can get food, and that food changes and alters your looks and your costume, which potentially gives you different sort of mechanics that you can use in the game.
On the character select screen, there's all the characters, Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, all the rest, and then there were alternate versions of them. There was like Cowboy Mario and Athletic Donkey Kong.
Not that I know.
Like that. And they had different costumes. We don't really know if they impacted their stats. We're not entirely sure yet.
I said you brought that up yesterday.
Find one of these special power-ups, and it almost looks like a Wonder Flower.
2 in Japan is like 337 USD from what I heard.
And it's region locked.
You pop out in a different costume.
My favorite new character that I got to play as a bunch today, I kept picking, was Cow.
Hey, Canadian niggas are good.
Moo Meadows from N64 Mario Kart. One thing I did notice was that there are a bunch of characters that you can choose that do appear in the races next to you, like Monty Mole, or the Piantas from Super Mario Sunshine, or the Conch Doors from Super Mario 3D World. So, Logan, you think we'll be able to unlock all those guys eventually?
Yeah, I have to think so. Maybe that's one of the incentives to the open world. And
so I want to talk about some of the new items we got to experience today, because a lot of the classic ones are back, but some new ones are really fun. One of them are just hammers from the Hammer Brothers. You just throw hammers at people like you're a psycho in Home Depot. I thought those were great. There's also a punchable coin block that you can launch above your head. You hit it a bunch of times, you get a bunch of coins. There's also altered versions of classic items, such as the lightning bolt, which you noticed.
Yeah, the lightning bolt is way different in World. Instead of Mario Kart 8, if you're in first place and you get
I'ma still be on game flop.
30 seconds maybe. In World, it seemed like everybody was zapped and came back to full size pretty quickly. So just
they can't come for my game flop.
A lot of core changes just to the Mario Kart DNA.
I was actually mad. Yeah, I was
place where that happened. And
I was Googling just to see like when GameFly would get switched to games, and it was like a brand new thread, and everybody's like, "Oh, GameFly's still around? I gotta sign up. Yeah, I gotta start doing this. Blah blah. I gotta get ready." Nah, we supposed to gatekeep that shit. These niggas not supposed to know. It was only supposed to be me.
I did ram into one with a single mushroom, and it gave me a boost.
They gotta start upping their prices.
You can just slam into CPUs with whatever's behind them, and something will trigger, which is really cool.
We also got to play on a bunch of different
What were some of your favorites? I was the first one in the comments like, bro, GameFly really not worth it. Y'all shouldn't get it.
Classic Mario Kart courses in here, and even some turns and segments that were ripped straight from old Mario Kart games, which is remixed a little bit. Like Dino Jungle from is here, but it's different. The music plays, it's a remix of that track. You go through the same turns with the geysers that boil over and launch you into the air. There's retro tracks, but not in the sense that, hey, we plucked this from Mario Kart DS and we remade it here. It's we took this theme, this idea, this motif, and kind of just remixed it a little bit to fit this entirely new formula. They were all really good.
GTA 6? Rich ass.
Bro.
Knockout Tour is the
and you know they're gonna have the GTA Online. Niggas gonna be buying the game.
Race, 24-player Fortnite-style battle royal Mario Kart mode, and it feels so right. This takes place in the open world, so you can hang out in the open world, launch into this, and while you're waiting for the game to populate, you just hang out, drive around, collect stuff, do your open world stuff. Little by little, eventually, characters will start to pop in, and they'll all choose a Grand Prix that they want to race on.
Oh, that's cool. That's how online works?
Jump into that race, and then a Grand Prix that they want to. Little by little, eventually, for the game to populate, you just hang out, drive around, collect stuff, do your open
so in like free room, you can
guys
just hang out. And then you guys can all select the Grand Prix that you want to do.
Eventually, characters will start to pop in, and they'll all choose a Grand Prix that they want to race on, or a set of courses. Those votes are then tallied, and then you jump into that race, and then immediately from there, you're going as fast as possible, and you have to
this is for the knockout shit,
at a certain point in the race. Like if you're in, you have to be in the top 20, or you get eliminated, and things happen
knockout is gonna be so cold,
so chaotic and so crazy. I love this mode so much.
Yeah, it is super fun, and this is a bigger commitment than your standard 2 to 3 minute Mario Kart. This is 10-ish minutes, probably.
I'm getting fucking smoked. That's gonna be clips on clips for days. I'm gonna get hit by fucking 6 items in a goddamn row.
An individual lap at that circuit. You're just driving kind of the in-between area.
Bro, they got the fucking ice goddamn flower.
Because it is a linear path.
It's gonna be some bullshit.
10-minute long Mount Wario, essentially, and it's super fun. It feels like F-Zero, where every moment is intense. It's not just about winning the race at the end and maybe you get a lucky bullet bill. It is.
I'm about to be mad as fuck about the Mega Mushroom too.
16th place.
That shit was so funny because there were so many maps of
you're trying to pass people, and there's 12 behind you trying to pass you.
You're not going anywhere.
Really unlucky one. The first time we tried this, you went to like 3rd to 22nd, which is something you can say now in Mario Kart World. It's crazy. Adding 24 characters to the track just makes it so chaotic.
It happened so fast, I was just jaw dropped, stunned, and all I could do was laugh. This is going to lead to some of the funniest moments in Mario Kart history.
84 characters?
Yes.
Mario Kart.
But it's a bunch of random ass niggas
on Nintendo Switch 2.
But I much rather have that.
It's going for $80.
You gotta have that if you
I don't
want
to dwell on it too much, but I have to get it off my chest. But this feels just a little weird. We loved what we played.
24 vehicles that we've seen.
Great. All the characters are awesome. It didn't really scream, this justifies $80 to me. It just really feels like Nintendo knows that this is one of the best-selling franchises of all time.
Were you like in love with the creating carts thing, Finn, or do you not care?
Especially when something like Donkey Kong Bonanza, which looks equally amazing, is $70. It's just a very inconsistent pricing structure from Nintendo.
Yeah, me too.
We're seeing other upgrades to $10 for some, $20 for another. And Mario Kart being the first $80 Nintendo game, I will.
I just felt like
easily get $80 worth.
I feel like a lot of people ended up running a lot of the similar shit
for a game so aimed at families, and it just makes me wonder if Animal Crossing.
I thought you were saying the inverse.
It's opening a can of worms.
No. If you were playing a specific character, every specific character had a best card, and everybody just used that.
They come out and add a DLC
instead of just using the card you wanted to
Mario
use.
Kart World. I don't know how people are going to feel about that.
that.
So it's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, I feel like if this thing came bundled with like a year of Nintendo Switch Online or some sort of season pass content, something that made it feel like, hey, this is, we're really getting a bang for the buck here. It'd be a little easier to handle. But right now, it kind of stinks. It's the only real negative we have about Mario Kart World so far, which otherwise feels, looks, and plays fantastic. We got Mario Kart World, one of the many games here at the Nintendo Switch preview event in New York City. We also went.
This is Switch 2 mic. He on that Switch 2 mic.
For all things Nintendo Switch 2, Mario Kart World, and
that's sick. They said that shit earlier.
Eating other cows.
Oh, you saw the thing? Messi? I just saw your message. The new hero every month.
Yeah. I think that.
Nigga, that shit is so crazy.
Yeah, no, that's crazy as fuck. So they said that starting next season?
Nah, season 3. Oh yeah, next season. Yeah, season 3.
Yeah. Nah, that's gonna be crazy.
Nigga, no other hero shooter has been able to compete with that.